Hello, my name is Cassandra Davila, and today we're going to talk about putting technology enhanced alternative assessments to the test. I am a reading intervention teacher, so I will be discussing about how I decided to come up with a comprehensive assessment with my unit that I have taught previously. The demographics in my class, the students in my classroom come from poor socioeconomic background. Um, they're raised from a single parent or their grandparents. So I see a lot of those students. If I ever have issues with them, um, they I just contact their single parent or their grandparents. Now, the behavior escalates at times because of the fact of where they are raised, where they're coming from. They're also, um, if they attend college, they will be the first in their family to graduate. Most students in my class are also audio and visual learners. Today I would talk about two students in my class. Student one is 12 years of age and she's an African American female. She has difficulty with fluency of words. She can read passages with easy to read terms. She can form understanding sentences when writing, so it's pretty clear to read and understand. She has trouble with some grammar, but other than that, you can easily understand what she's writing. As far as her comprehension, she is, I would say, satisfactory simply because she's around mid level in her reading and compared to her grade level, which she's in sixth grade. Um, she has difficulty understanding certain passages that are not of her interest, such as history or crimes. She just has trouble understanding what's going on, and a lot of the times the passages incorporate words that she is not familiar with, which therefore makes her uh, it's difficult for her to understand. Now, student two, he's 13 years old. He's a Caucasian male. He was retained in third grade, which in third grade, from his background, his file, it stated that he was just behind in his reading and he moved a lot around that time. So that could have affected um, his performance in school. He also has difficulty with fluency. He can read passages without a problem, and he's proficient in writing, where you can understand what he's writing and he does use correct grammar. He's one of my top students in this sixth grade class. He also is, his comprehension is satisfactory, meaning he understands pretty much everything we read in class, but again, any passage that uses words that he is not familiar with, he has difficulty understanding. The assessments that I typically incorporate in a unit, we use the following. We, as in myself and another teacher. Now, we use Voyager Learning, which is a software used to demonstrate growth in fluency. Language Live, a program designed as a game used to demonstrate growth in fluency and comprehension. Language Live Voyager, which is a comprehensive comprehension literacy curriculum used for struggling readers and writers. This software program we use a lot because a lot of our students are audio and visual learners. So when we present the text to them in person, we can also project it on the whiteboard for them to see and hear, because we can also play the audio version of our reading assignment. We also do quick reads, which is a research-based classroom validated program to increase fluency, build vocabulary, and improve comprehension. The new assessment included in this unit, I will be using a comprehensive assessment using Google Forms. Students will take a short quiz demonstrating understanding from the passage read and will also recall procedures used for fluency. The assessments should take no more than 5 to 10 minutes depending on the student. The procedures will be addressed at the beginning of the week prior to the assessment taken at the end of the week. Feedback will be given to at the following week once they're done. Typically on Fridays, I do progress monitoring where I sit them down and we discuss their progress in class. So this will also be a day where they can take this assessment to see where they're at, and how well did they comprehend what they read for this week or for the week. So how will the new assessment be differentiated? In my reading intervention class, we promote excellence where no students will fail in my class. Assessments are made to allow myself and the students be aware of their strengths and weaknesses, and along with their growth in the program. The questions will be differentiated according to the students' learning styles. So there will be a total of 5 questions that all students should be able to answer correctly. Again, we promote excellence, so no students should fail any of our assessments or the class in general. Questions will be formatted as follow. You'll have the choose the correct choices, multiple choice questions, true or false questions, or short and long response questions. 6th grade, got focusing on fluency using quick reads and a comprehensive assessment. The quick reads instructional routine is comprised of 3 parts or 3 reads. Quick reads is appropriate for either whole class or small group instruction. A quick reads lesson, which involves completing the instructional routine for one passage, takes approximately 15 minutes. So the materials you'll need for this assignment will be a stopwatch, a laminated instructional routine sheet, maybe a dry erase marker, and then your peers, students. The first read begins with activating background knowledge. So students will look at the passage illustration, read the caption, and think about what they already know about the topic. So we'll have a discussion about what they understand and what do they think this story may be about. I also allow my students to scan the passage looking for new and unfamiliar words. So if they point out a word that they don't know, we then discuss that particular word. Students will read the passage silently, and then they take as much time as they need. The second read is the model read. So I will be the one reading aloud to the class, asking them to follow along as I read. The teacher will read the passage in 1 minute, which is the goal rate for the passage. The students will reflect on what the author wants them to remember about the passage. So they have to also think about, as I read, they have to also think about what's the purpose? What's the author wanting us readers to get from his reading? And then the third read. The third read is the timed read. Students will begin reading when the teacher tells them to start. Students will read with a peer quietly. At 1 minute, students will circle the last word they read in their reading sheet, and the students will determine the number of words they read in 1 minute using the superscript numbers to assist them. And then once they are done, students then chart their score on the self-chart graph. They normally, this sheet is put in a folder, and what they do is they grab that folder in the beginning of the class because they know on certain days that we practice our fluency. Now, the final assessment is as a final check of comprehension, students will complete a set of review questions for the passage. So this is the Google form assessment that I will be adding on into this unit. The post-assessment reflection. Um, Overall, as I incorporate this assessment to this unit, I believe it was a great alternative assessment. Students enjoy the forms of questions and the design of the assessment. It was, a little different from what they are accustomed to, and they like when I come up with new things because, it gets boring when they're used to just the same routine every day, which makes them um, feel obligated to come to class and not want to come to class. In the future, I plan to use alternative assessments with every reading selection used in a unit with my students. I also uh, will discuss with the students the procedures on how to access the assessment. I believe when we discussed it, it was successful and easy to understand, and all the students were able to get in and take their quiz. Responses from the assessments gave me feedback as what students understood the expectations for their fluency activity and comprehension of reading. Now, I'll go ahead and show you the Google form assessment that I created. I added in the title, which was week 3 when I incorporated this assessment. Then I added in the questions. So of course you see a short answer. You have to choose as many choices, summarize with a long answer response. Choose the appropriate answer for this question according to what they read. And then they'll also have to explain a certain question in regards to fluency. Now the responses will be handed in here, and then what happens is I will see who responded, and then I'll also see their questions or answers that they have in regards to these assessments. And this is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video.